Yeah. So in yesterday's class, we have seen like how to analyze a project with sonar scanner, and so that sonar scanner will send the project details. I mean the analysis results and everything into SonarQube. So for that, what we did, I mean, we integrated sonar scanner with SonarQube, and we have analyzed the code, and the code is displayed in the SonarQube with whatever the results. I mean, how many bugs are there and blah blah something. But if you observe, I mean, since we're using the same code, I mean, just as a very, very sample code. That's why you don't see so much bugs and all. So because all are same, because it's the same code, see on not nine lines. So different keys with different keys I've used. I think three projects, right? Yeah, different keys and everything. And today we'll see like these options as I told you. What are these options and how these will help us in the analysis and everything. Okay, first let's start with issues. So obviously, as I told you, right? So these are some issues like let's say overall projects. It does not matter how many projects. Overall, how many issues are there? It will show you that. See, blah blah something. So what I'll do is let me. This is my local project. I'll write some wrong code purposely. Let's say let's write something. Since it's a Python, so let me write just create a Python file. Simply what I do is I'll write some random thing. This obviously is wrong. So it will throw error. It will show the error. Let's write another file, maybe in this folder. Yeah, here. Edit with notepad, some blah blah something, whatever it is. Now let's analyze this. You know how to analyze already, but the IP address has changed the SonarQube. Let me just read the file. Come on, where is the notepad? Okay, let me just open this. What is the IP address of SonarQube? It's changed because it's normal. Saved it. Now I'll analyze it. Let's see. This is this is our code project code. Is it? Scanner bin bad. Don't worry about what is bad something. In Linux, usually we call it .sh, right? Shell scripts. In Windows, it's batch scripts, batch batch. So that's why it's .bat. I never wrote a Windows file, but I know that. This is I'm using it. So PowerShell is too confusing. Maybe for me, it might be easy for you if you try once. Yeah. Let's analyzing. Let's see. Blah, blah. Execution success. Local project. Refresh. So see, local. This is the one. This is a local project. How many bugs? 7 bugs. Correct. This is all I think we have seen earlier. Issues. You can if you click issues, see some test.py something. That's what we have written. test 1.5 or something, so many things. Same thing here also. This is overall issues. What is your local project? See local project. How many issues are there? Will show everything, but it's not really useful because it's all the project. If you want to see the issues of your project, simply go to your project. There is issues. Obviously, you'll see it. There is code. It will show you the whole code. I mean, how many lines are there? How many bugs in those code? All these things. Let's go to urls.py. It will show you simply. I mean, you can see it here also. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. You can see all these things. Security hotspots, like uh, if any, something which you're trying to do using trying to talk to internet, which is a little insecure way, trying to do something, try to import something. It depends on the code. You don't do anything here. I mean, I'm just saying to you, that's it. It's all, whatever the issues here you're seeing, you don't need to care about all these things. It's a developer problem, they'll take care of it. All you have to do is analyze the code, show them what it is. That's it. Got it? I'm just is showing you, that's it. And activities, when this has scanned. August 29, today I think August 30 is on 24, yes, maybe. This is the activity. So this is the overview. If you see something here, there is some new code and overall code. What does it mean is, overall code means obviously the whole code of the project. It will show the results of the whole code of the project. The new code is, SonarQube will display you. See, I just now changed only two files. I mean, I created two files, just one test.py or something, right? So SonarQube will display you only issues or anything, any vulnerabilities in that code as well, so that it will be easy for you to. Earlier, it was not their feature, so maybe I think 1 year, 1.5 year ago, we are seeing that. So it will show you a new code analysis also separately, so that you will understand. So let's say the project may be huge thing, thousands of lines or lakhs of lines usually. I with SonarQube analysis, let's say there is no option called new code, only overall code is there. What you have to go to, you have to go to each file, like click on this, where there is blah 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 something. If it is simply new code is there, the new code means which recently have pushed or which you have pushed or which some other developer have pushed. So at that time, yeah. So at the time, what's happening is it's easy for you to filter out. Okay, I push this new code, and this is what the errors are, because you pushed it or someone else pushed it, so you'll know that's a new code. So it's some advantage. I mean. But what is showing it fail, some condition failed, that we'll see today. No worries. So this is about issues. There are something called rules. Let's talk about this one. Have you, thought like, or have you wondered? See, let's say I am doing analysis with SonarQube. Okay, that's fine. It is analyzing the code and sending the results to this SonarQube server within dashboard. But internally, what's it's doing exactly? How this is analyzing the code? Let's say here it's showing 7 bugs. How the bugs came? How it know whether those are bugs or not? How it know? That's when the rules comes in. So rules. There are a bunch of rules for every language. If you see, observe, this is CSS, sorry, UI, PHP rule, and PHP, Java, HTML, Python rules in something, Python rule, HTML rule, blah blah. So many rules are there. See, 2,879 rules are there, including all the languages. We don't care about this also. Don't worry about those. So what happens is, when you do analyze, there is something called quality profiles. If you see here, quality profiles also rules only. I mean, these rules only, same thing here also, but in the quality profile, it divided based on the language. That's it. Let's say ours is this one. If you go here, Whatever the rules here, see 183 rules are there, right? All these are will be present here, but they are just grouped there. So now what happens is now when you analyze, it will sonar scanner will start, and first thing it will identify, okay, which language it is. This will happen internally, okay, and it will identify, okay, this is Python. Now what it will do is it will come to quality profile. It will check the quality profile for Python. Is there any quality profile for Python? Is there anything? There might be. Definitely there will be. Not might be. So it will use this profile, and in this profile there are a bunch of rules. How many 183 rules are there? Total 183. Sorry, yeah. So all these one not 183 active rules. So all these rules, this will check whether these rules are being followed or not in the code within this fraction of time. So quality profiles are nothing but bunch of rules based on the language. So these rules will be applied to the source code. So based on the rules only, it will show you the errors, bugs, whatever you're seeing in that project. So now I written some test.py file, which is not at all Python, as obviously you can see it. Yeah, it's not. It's some random text, isn't it? It's not really Python or anything. Blah blah blah. So now this the rules, whatever the rules inside, will apply to this one. And what happens is, and you will decide, okay, this file is not, following any of the Python coding rules. So it's the error. I mean, it will show you like that. So those are called quality profiles. And inside the quality profile, we have bunch of rules based on the language. So now let's say for Java or for some other Ruby language, something, whatever the rule. So what happens here? I push some changes now. Local project. Overall, 6 bugs it seems. You can see the issues here, obviously. See, the same, right? So now, yeah, as I mentioned, quality profiles are nothing but a bunch of rules where this will get apply, no, I mean not apply. It will try to use these rules to analyze the code. That's what it uses to analyze the code. That's what happens when you do Sonar scanner. It will fetch this quality profile, the quality profile, what based on the language, as I mentioned, right? So based on the language, Python, Java, Ruby, or CSS, front and something, whatever it is, and that will try to compare, apply these rules to the code. If all the rules are okay, I mean, okay, he followed the rules and everything. So it will, there are no bugs. If you see this e-commerce or the Pressagile project, these two are generated projects, correct? This, I mean, I didn't wrote the code, it just generated from internet. So looks like these are following the rules. This code, no errors. Code smells means there might be a small vulnerability. I mean, like it's kind of one of the kind of a bug, but it's not seriously can taken, so it can remove. But if you see, there is no errors. But if you see same local project, we did some changes which are not as per the rules. See, it's bugs. That's how. That's how usually Sonar do the analysis. Got it? What I'm saying, right? How Sonar do the analysis and why this is showing here 0 6 bucks and all, because based on the rules, based on the rules, nothing but when quality profiles, if you see collection of rules to to apply during the analysis. For each language there is a different profile. Obviously all projects are not explicitly assigned to some profile, will be analyzed by default, ideally when equal to the same language. So here rules are nothing but just every rule is present here. In quality profiles, they are separated and divided based on the language. That's it. Whatever the rules here you see in the quality profile 260, 23, blah blah something. Same rules is there here also. It's both are same. As I told you, right? We just group it here separately. That's it. You can create your own rule also. See here. Let's say copy an existing rule or create your own rule. Or let's say you want to create from scratch. What is the language? Let's say HTML. What is a profile on our web, profile text, and or simply don't need to do this. Come on, why is not going down? Some test quality profile. Create. See, now what you do is HTML rules are 65 are there. These are all HTML rules by default. So if you want to use any of these rules, you have to activate it. Activate, activate, blah. So you can't go one by one, right? Obviously. That's why people use the default rules. Sometimes they ignore the rules. So that's common. There is our rule which we profile which created. Test quality. See, here it is there, but it will be showing here. Let's go HTML, JSON, JSON, blah 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 blah. Where is it? I can see. Activate more. So we don't want a bulk change. Where is this? Yeah. So that's okay. So if you have patience, I mean, usually they can create, they don't no issue with that one. You can create your own profile and you can use it. You can activate all your rules because not everything we follow. I mean, sometimes we know the error. I mean, error means the rule is throwing an error, and obviously we know it's a known one, so we skip it because it's not mandatory. Some may take it very seriously, so they'll try to follow the rules as per this. But it's whatever. It depends on developer scenario. So we don't do anything on that. We just analyze the code and we show them. If they ask us, hey, I want to create a new quality profile with some news, the limited rules, you create them. That's it. And once you create them, what you do? Let's create it. You assign to the project. Extend an using profile if you want to extend a profile, or copy an existing profile if you want to copy an existing profile, or you want to create a new profile. Let's say create a new profile. Or if you want to copy existing profile means everything will come. I mean, whatever the rules are there in the profile, everything will come there. So it's obvious. Let's say I don't want, I just want to create a new profile and Python. Our language is Python. Test, test profile. Create. All are inactive by default. Mhm. Let's activate. While activating the rule, let's say this rule, you have to select what is the severity of this rule. Is it major, minor, blocker? I feel is maybe major. Let's activate it. Let's activate this. I'll keep it minor maybe. Okay, two or enough. It will take too much time. SonarWay, where is our SonarWay? If you have to go to on Python, where is Python? Yeah, in Python, if you see our profile. So what is the point of this creating a profile? We have our own rules applied, not the default one. The default is SonarWay. Sonar-way is the default one for all the things if you see. Now what you have to do? You want to use this rule, right? I mean the profile you want to use for your project. So that time what you do? Projects. Go here, click on this quality profiles, projects. Which project you want to apply? Local project. Yeah, that's apply. Now what happens if you analyze the code? Now what I'm saying, if you analyze the code, well, let's say for local project, this will use this will use what is it? Test profile, test quality profile. Let's try. Let's try again. Mhm. See quality profile for PA test profile. See, to use that. Let's go here. So I think it's done. Yeah, it's done. Let's refresh local project. Obviously, see it's passed. Why? Because we changed the rules. Where is the information? See, quality profile is use Python. Stop using Solar. Stop using the default one. Use profile. Test profile. Correct? Correct, right? What I'm saying. Mm. Is it okay? And is it understandable? To keep it simple, I mean this. Quality profiles is nothing but bunch of rules where it will apply those rules to our code when we analyze that. That's it. If the rules are matched, based on the rules only, it will show you the bugs, errors, and everything. And you can create your own rule with your own, I mean, your own quality profile with your own rules, active them or disable them, deactivate them, and you can simply go to the profile, attach the project which you want to. No, I don't want to use this. No, I removed it. Now what happens when I run this, analyze this local project? It leaves the default profile. What is the default profile? Sonar way, the name. So it leaves that. So that's what about the quality profile and the rules. We don't care about the rules. Double is equal to whatever the rule depends on the language what we wrote, what they wrote. Is it clear so far? The quality profiles.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now let's see another one called quality gate. What is this thing? This is kind of important one because quality profile nobody gives a shit. I mean nobody cares about that because it's some rules are there. Obviously, they'll take. I mean nobody cares means they don't take it seriously. If the quality profiles are failed means like if there are quality profile found more bugs and all, they don't. It does not affect really anything. This quality gates is the one which does the thing. I mean, we have to take it a little seriously. So let's let's yeah, it's analyzed. Let's go here. Projects. It's failed obviously. See how you're seeing past failed, right? This thing. It means project is passed. Project is failed obviously. Project is passed. What decides this? What decides whether project is failed or passed? What decides?
The criteria, whether
Exactly.
it meets
So
to the
how the criteria will decide, okay, whether this is failed or, so let's say this is failed. It's saying one condition failed. Reliability rating of new code is worse than A something, it seems. Whatever the condition it is. It failed based on some condition, it seems. Where this condition is there, this comes with quality gates. What is the condition? The reliability rating is on the new code is worse than A. Reliability rating on new code is worse than A. See, that's the rating. See? So now, what the hell is happening here is when you analyze the code, it's not just quality profiles that it uses. It implements the quality gates also. But what is this quality gates? Quality gates are nothing but bunch of conditions which we apply on the code. So the conditions, what happens is like it can be any condition. It does not matter what condition it is. So what happens here is these conditions, all conditions, whatever in the quality gate should be matched, should be met. I mean, if someone set a condition, we should follow. If the condition is not followed, it's failed, like that. Here also, quality gates are nothing but a set of conditions which has to be applied in the code. If any of the condition is failed, then it will decide the project as failed. Got it? It does the project has failed. If all the conditions are passed, this will decide as passed. Here, why it is passed? Because all the conditions are matched. No, all the conditions passed. That's why the project is passed in the passed state. Here it's failed. So condition is failed. So the project is failed. We handle this one. We handle this means we create our own conditions and we use that in the project. We don't use these default ones. Here we take it little serious because we create our own conditions, we implement our own conditions and we use that for the project. And if the conditions are passed, it won't move on. I mean, developer won't deploy that code until it should get success. If they're using SonarQube and if they're following the quality gates seriously, they should pass all the conditions, whatever we mention. We means, of course, not we developers. We discuss with the developers only what conditions you want exactly, and we take those conditions we implement here. That's it. And based on that, it will display whether it's failed or passed. So that's what about the conditions. I mean the quality gates. Let's create our own. Default one have so many things. Let's forget about this. Let's create our own. What is the name? This is called quality gate. I mean, we are creating a quality gate, obviously. Quality profile is nothing but a bunch of rules. Whether it can be applied or not, it will show you the results based on the rules. Quality gates are nothing but bunch of conditions. Remember that. Rules can be broken. Rules can be broken. I mean, not broken. Rules are meant to be broken, obviously, right? But condition is not like that. We have to make sure the condition is valid, condition is verified, condition is passed. Correct? So let's create our own quality gate. Here in quality gate, there is no Python or something. There is no not there is nothing based on the language. Why? Because these conditions are on average level. I mean, average level means what is that? These are not code level conditions. These are your project level condition. Depends on these things, bugs, vulnerabilities. It does not matter about what code it is. So it matters about what are the results of those. So the result should be within our limits like that. Let's say in our case, when I was, we are using SonarQube, we have condition like, bug should not cross 50. Overall bug should not cross 50. If it is more than 50, the project will fail, the pipeline will fail, obviously. And another condition is here, what is that? I forgot. Code coverage should be more than 87% something. 87, I guess 80, 89. So if it is code coverage is not 87, I think 89. If less than 89, it will fail. It means it won't go forward. We don't deploy that. We don't win the pipeline, whatever we are using. Got it? That's how. So that's how the conditions are. That's how serious they are. So and it's not applied on the language basic. It just depends on like just depends on the overall analysis of your project. It can be Python, Java, whatever it is not does not really matter. Got it right? If you see here, I don't have any condition, correct? We have to add one condition. Let's add one condition, some sample thing. Let's new code, bugs bugs is greater than, sorry, 3. Add a condition. It means bugs should not be greater than 3. Now we'll implement this to our local project. In our local project, let's say bugs have 6. Let's see what. Let's see first. Bugs keep it 10. If it is greater than 10, it should fail. But here it's only 6, right? Now it should pass. Let's say, and obviously we attach this quality gate to our project, obviously. So let's try. Let's try again. Execution success. Let's see, refresh. What will happen? It's paused. Why? I gave a condition that if bugs are greater than 10, fail this. But here, what is our scenario? Bugs are greater than 6? Sorry, 10? No, right? It's 6. It's less than 10, obviously. So it's passed. If I just keep it greater than 5, should be fail. Now, obviously, it will fail. Correct? It's correct. I mean, we'll try. We'll see it. No problem. No worries. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 It's done. Let's refresh. Failed. Why? Because more than 5 is failed. It's 6. Correct? So that's how we do it generally. So not just one condition, we'll add multiple conditions, obviously. So here what happens is all the conditions should be matched, should be passed, I mean. So then only it will show it as passed, then only we'll move on. Otherwise, until it gets success, I mean sorry, passed, we don't deploy the code, I mean. We don't move forward with this. Got it? And while adding a condition, you have two things on new code or overall code. You can add any conditions, or you can add both conditions, no problem. Let's say now I'll add bugs greater than 10. What is here? I mean, both are bugs only, right? What is the difference? Obviously, here, first thing we added on the new code. If the bugs on the new code is overall greater than 5, I mean, on the new code is greater than 5, it should fail. If bugs is crossing on overall code is 10, it should fail. It means on the new code, it should not cross 5. On the overall code, it should not cross 10, including the new one. Overall means including the new, obviously. So that's about the quality gates. Got it? So we add our own conditions, we define our own quality gates, we use that in our project, and we analyze it based on the conditions. It will decide whether the success, I mean, the quality is passed or not based on the conditions. So obviously, so is it clear? Any doubts so far?
Yes. No.
All right. So these quality gates, uh, these will come when I mean, when we start using. I mean, we of course we have seen now, but this real implementation also when we start using Jenkins and pipelines and everything. So here what happens is like we'll implement the same in the pipeline when it comes. Don't worry, we'll tell you that. So the time you'll see this how the quality gate is implemented in there and how it is being failed. That we'll see later. I mean the content is same. The whatever the thing is same, it won't change. But just we automate it. That's it. When it comes to the tool. So that's about SonarQube for now. There is the last one more thing I'll show you. This is administrator of SonarQube. I mean you can do anything. That's the first thing. Users groups are there. By default, obviously, you are creating admin user. So create your own user, something, and some name, password you can give. You log in with that, and let's create Y2. Let's say test user. Test user. Here we have groups. Why the groups is groups have specific permissions. Let's say Sonar administrator means he's a part of admin group, so he have admin access like that. And obviously, yesterday I think you have seen we have created a token for this user because as this user default admin user we are doing the analysis. Here also you can create your own token, you can update the token. That is also fine. If you don't want, they'll deactivate. That's it. Gone. Similar groups also there. You see, administrator groups on our user group. You can create your own group, something, create. Who are the members? You can add anyone, but it's not required. I'll tell you why I'm not saying this properly. I mean, properly means it's not required because no one uses these internal users and all. They'll integrate LDAP authentication, Active Directory authentication, so those things. But it's good you know all these things. You should know all these things. But this is not the way to create it because even we are also using LDAP. So there is something called LDAP. When you go to company, there will be Active Directory, LDAP, and all these things where they manage the users and everything. IT guys, not we, not us. So what we take the information from them. What is LDAP URL, LDAP, this one, what is it, port number and everything, and then we integrate that. Where how do we integrate it? SonarQube configuration file is there, right? Sonar properties, sonar.properties under conf. There we'll integrate. I'll show you that at last. Now, obviously, global permissions is administration. I mean, who can administrate, who can execute analysis? Whoever users present in Sonar administrator, they have admin access. For Sonar users, they can only create the project, they can only execute analysis. If you have your own group, you can add this, add here. And projects. So, I mean, obviously, I've seen the projects, you can delete them, projects, obviously. And these are all what happened. I mean, analysis, success or failure, it will show here. System is system information. So, about SonarQube. If you see home directory, data directory, so all these things, right? What is a database? Postgres 15.8 something. Sonar username, URL. We have did this. You remember yesterday? Blah 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 blah. Now, see, just information. I mean, now what is there? General settings. If you want to change some sonar analysis, you can change it. Like, what do you want to change? I so this one, when you disable this, anyone can see anything. I mean, they can't do delete the project and all, but anonymously they can see it. See, we're forcing user to authenticate. Without, if you log out, you can't see anything, right? But if you disable this, you can see it. So we're disabling authentication. I mean, we're enabling it, but for analysis and all, we need authentication. For seeing the project details and everything, you don't need it. But you should not do this. Leave it like this. Authentication is required. So all these, what are the language? Let's say CSS. These are something even I never tried this. I never changed these settings except the default authentication one thing, and there is that another setting. I don't know where is it, but yeah, that's okay. We don't use this. I mean, mostly authentication we don't obviously use. If you are using GitLab authentication or GitHub authentication, you can use this. It seems that is also some people use actually because instead of LDAP and all, they'll enable GitHub users to log in. They have to provide client ID, client secret, which will provide by GitHub, and there will be a save option once all this saved. Users whoever in their GitHub, I mean in their organization, they can able to log in. And another thing is there. This remember this webhooks. This will we don't use this now. We'll use this when we start working on Jenkins. I mean the pipelines. Why it is not loading? Yeah, you can create your own webhook actually. And what happens is this webhook will be used when we are integrating, with the third-party tools on our cube with third-party tools. See, that's what it's saying here. External service request from analysis. So why we need to integrate third-party services? You want to integrate this on our cube analysis? We don't do this manually, right? We never do this manually. We do this through we automate it through any of the tool, through pipeline tool or through something like that. So at that time, what happens? We need this webbook. We need this webbook to integrate with the tools. What I'm saying? Don't worry. So we will see this. We'll practice this when the Jenkins starts. Okay. All right. So that's it about SonarCube. Any doubts? I'll share the document. Yeah, I forgot. I I got the document. Let me share it. Where is it? So the document might be old. I think so. Definitely. It's been 5 years. Quality profiles, quality gates, they are not changed, but uh, what is that? The DB installation is changed. The Sonar installation is changed. So make sure that. And there is some extra things also in the document, like integrating with Jenkins, integrating with Maven. That we'll see in coming up classes. Because now here what's happening is we are just seeing SonarQube, but integrating with other tools. Let's say if you want to integrate Sonar, if I tell you integrate with Maven or integrate with Jenkins, you don't understand it. That's why I'm not telling you. So tomorrow we'll start Maven. I mean, what is Maven? I mean, we don't say it completely. It's a build. It's not our tool, but at least some general things we'll discuss in that Sonar. So what Sonar? Oh, sorry, what's Maven? What it does, and how what Sonar will do in Maven, or all these things. So there you will see those things.
So can you repeat? You missed actually.
Sorry, sorry.
We, we couldn't able to hear you past some 1 minute.
Oh,
Could you please repeat?
sorry, sorry. I don't know why my internet. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes, bro.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, where is it? Yeah, I sent the document in the group. Did you check? SonarQube document.
Yes, received.
Hmm? I mean, everyone received it, right? I mean, the group. Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, received, bro.
You can hear me, right? Yeah. So what I was saying is, we are done with SonarQube for now. So whatever the other things, I mean, I shared the document. You will see two more topics in SonarQube. That is integration with third-party tools, integrate with other tools. So, like let's say integrating with Maven, integrating with Jenkins, like this. These integration parts, I'll tell you when we discuss about the tool. That tool, I mean, the third-party tool. Because if I say now, you don't understand it. Because you need some idea about the tool when we're integrating. Let's say we integrating Sonar with Maven, but you have to know what Maven is, right? What it does, at least the basic one. That's why I didn't told those two topics. I mean, integrating SonarQube with third-party services. So I'll come when those tools topics comes up. And I think yeah, that's what I was saying for the last 1 minute. Tomorrow we'll start Maven, same time, same morning, 7 o'clock. We'll what is Maven and what is what? Maven is a big tool again. We don't. It's not a DevOps tool. I'm telling. It's not at all a DevOps tool. It's a build tool which using by Java developers. But it's good to know. I mean, at least the basic things will be useful in our case. Like what it does. At least those things will be useful. So we'll discuss up to that point. Got it? Is my voice audible? Sorry.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can able to hear.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, with this SonarCube is done. I mean, that's it for with SonarCube. There is nothing to discuss. Tomorrow we'll start with Maven. Maven similar 1 or 2 days or maximum 3 days. That's it. So not really. I mean, it's a big tool, but for DevOps scenarios, what are required? That's it. Only those. Maybe it can be finished in one class also. We don't know. Yeah, obviously we have to do Sonar also integration with that. It may take 2 days. That's okay. So, or everyone is available for tomorrow's class, or shall I move to Monday? Your wish. I mean, you want to enjoy the weekends? Your wish. Then we can start on Monday. What do you say, others? Everyone,
Fine for me. No.
others.
fine for fine.
Others?
Yeah, okay, now fine.
All right. So let's meet tomorrow then. So tomorrow we'll start with 9. Okay. Bye
Okay.
everyone.